All right, welcome back. Good morning, everybody. Today we're joined with Britt Wood, who's the CEO of the National Association of Landscape Professionals. Really excited to have Britt on today. Great opportunity for Rancho Mesa to get a little FaceTime with Britt. But he's going to talk today about NALP's annual event, now called Elevate. We're going to learn a little bit more about what that conference has in store. And Britt, we appreciate your time and welcome.
Drew, thank you so much for having me. Rancho Mesa is a great partner to NALP, and I'm delighted to get the opportunity to talk to you a little bit more about Elevate because we're really excited about it.
Right on. Well, let's just jump right into it. Britt, what is Elevate?
So Elevate is NALP's new annual meeting. And so for many years, we partnered with other groups, and we were in Louisville, Kentucky every year. And it was a very large event, very kind of, 20,000 plus people. But what our board really kind of came to the conclusion of is it really wasn't the right fit for NALP anymore. And the idea is that we wanted to get out, move the event around. And I'll talk a little bit about this in a little bit. We're going to get out west because in a large part, we kind of left our West Coast members out on their own, and not getting out to having an event near them. But it was also about really making the event more about what we wanted it to be. And, I use three words really to describe what I hope everyone gets out of Elevate. One is that they're educated. We're bringing together the best of the best to teach and so that they can learn. So most of our sessions are going to be contractor led, not necessarily by a consultant or somebody, who's not in the business, but it's going to be contractor led. So we're excited about that because contractors learning from contractors, getting to ask questions and interact. So education, over 48 sessions already in play. And we are very, very excited about that. We also want people to be entertained though, right? Because when you go to a trip, you really want to make sure that you're having a good time. And so we've got some really exciting things that are going on. We're actually going to be renting out the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. So to any of you big kids out there that have always wanted an amusement park to yourself, well, guess what? You're going to have it at Elevate. We're going to be there for about 4.5 hours, and it's just us, just the people who are attending our event. So you're educated, you're entertained, but I think the biggest thing we want people to take away is we want them to be inspired. We want them to take what they've learned, whether it's a conversation you have in a hallway, something you learn in a session, anything that happens at the event. We want you to be inspired to take it back to your business and use it to help grow your business. So that's it, Drew. We want educated, we want entertained, and we want inspired.
Awesome. Taking a look at on the website, you guys have Elevate set up so you can kind of look at the schedule right now and the speakers and the topics. I think the biggest struggle people are going to have is, kind of determining which one to go to because there's some overlap with people talking at certain times. And man, I could not find any topic that I didn't think would be relevant. So I agree. I think that the more that you have the industry speaking from a contractor's perspective, you've got those lessons learned that are in the bank from them that they now can share that information on to other businesses is only going to help drive points home even further. So
yeah, and Drew, one thing that I didn't touch on as much, but really is so important as well, is that we're going to have suppliers like yourself, experts in their field that are going to be there. And we've designed our exhibit hall so that there's exclusive time just to visit, with the Rancho Mesas of the world, with the John Deeres, with the Caterpillars, so that you can really see what's new and different. What I'm excited about is that a lot of folks, who are exhibitors who are coming to the event aren't taking these huge 100 by 100 booths. They're taking smaller booths, and they're only going to show their latest and greatest stuff. And as you and your dad and your brother do when you come to the events too, it's all about getting to know people and sharing what you know. I mean, one of the really important things that we've learned working with you, Drew, is all about the insurance industry and the impact that it's having on our members' businesses. So, that's another learning opportunity that really has to be, taken advantage of because we do really have a great bit of expertise there from our supplier community.
Yeah, I did notice that. So you'll have the education events going on, and then you've got the showroom floor. And that floor does, compared to Kentucky, looks like the footprint is going to be much smaller. That Kentucky Fairgrounds, footprint for the show was how many, like 60 football fields it felt like. Then you had the outdoor exhibit going on as well. So, which is cool, but it could be overwhelming, and it's hard to have those constant, intimate conversations with people. But so I think I agree with you. The smaller floor is going to lead to more conversations. And it's really cool that a lot of the industry suppliers that are coming in are bringing in the latest and greatest and what's new. I'm sure we're going to see some battery and electric and automation and things like that. So we're excited too, and all that. There's trickle down on insurance for us. So just like you said, when we go to the event, we're there to learn as much as anybody else, and also share the insights on what's coming down the line from for landscape businesses, lawn care businesses when it comes to insurance. So we're really excited to see that work out at the floor. All right, so we kind of understand the basics of Elevate, what's to be expected. Now, who's it really for? Who should be attending this event in your mind? Who did you guys design it for?
So, a couple of things, Drew. I'm gonna give your listeners a little bit of a preview of a slogan that will be coming out at the event. We'll be using in future years as well. So this is kind of a sneak peek. But what we've kind of rallied around is that we want this to be the conference where the real pros go, the real professionals go, right? We want the leading landscape and lawn care professionals in their fields to be at this event. That's who it's designed for. And for those who may not think they're there yet, we want to inspire them to get there. We want this to be the best of the best. Well, but okay, we need a little more specifics than that, right, Britt? Okay, so that sounds great. But it's about the owners, and it's about individuals who will help those owners drive the business forward. So that can be many different perspectives based on how you view it as a contractor. It could be your head of operations, could be your head of human resources, it could be your finance folks. It will vary. And Drew, as you mentioned earlier, with all the different sessions and all the different topics, we really want people to dig in and figure out who are the best people to bring along with us. Many people will be bringing some of their design experts too. So it's one of those things where you have to really take a considerate look at the sessions, but it is designed for leadership within an organization. It's not as much designed for your crew leaders or your crew. That's a very different type of education that we will provide, but we're really looking to inspire those folks that are going to help lead organizations. So again, I would say the real pros, we're looking for the folks that are the best of the best. And we're also looking for within those folks, the people who are going to help drive the business.
That's exciting. And, when I look at past attendees and companies that would attend Landscapes and now Elevate, and then you can kind of see the contractor list on the Elevate site to see who is attending, which is, I think, a really nice feature where people get to see who else is going to be in attendance there and what companies will be represented. There's a lot of the big, top 10, top 20 landscape lawn care companies that are going to be in attendance. So I think if you're a business out there that thinks, maybe I'm too large for an event like this, or we feel like we know what's going on and a resource like this wouldn't be beneficial to us, I think that you should think again, because you've got some of the industry leaders that are eager to learn and attend your event. And I think that speaks volumes and really is an opportunity for a lot of companies that are on the up to rub shoulders with some of these businesses that have been there and done that and can create some key networking relationships that might help their business outside of the event itself.
Drew, that's a really important point. And it's one thing, my career has been working with different industries. So I've always been in association work, and I've worked with different industries. And inevitably, you'll go to a new industry and they'll say, well, we're different, right? And what you find out is, they're not that different. I will say this industry is really different. And the really different thing about this industry is its willingness to share ideas, thoughts, advice freely with each other. The networking that goes on at these events is awesome, and you're absolutely 100% right. Like, if you're a big company and you don't think you can learn anything from this, I'd say you're probably going to be wrong, and that there's a lot you can take away from this. But if you're a company on the up, it's a great way to really take advantage of the generosity that this industry has. And that's the best way to describe it. It's a very generous industry. There's other industries I've worked in, trust me, they would not share secrets with each other, where this industry really is different, and it does a great job of that.
I'd agree, completely agree. All right, let's end this kind of on a fun note here. And maybe you've already hit on it, and you can just dive into it a little bit more. But what are you personally most excited about when it comes to this event? Because I know it's a big production. This has taken a ton of work on your staff to get it all put together. But is there a moment here or something that you're really, really excited about?
Oh, wow. Drew, that's a that's a hard question, because, I do feel that we are blessed that we're bringing to the table a lot of exciting things. I've read our opening keynotes book, Alex Banyan. It's called The Third Door. If you haven't read it yet, it's a fantastic read. And literally you can get through it in a day and a half. It's that well written. I'm excited about him. I'm excited about this panel session that I'm getting the honor of moderating with Frank Mariani and Jim McCutcheon and Jen Lemke and Pat Covey. I mean, it's all about what advice would you give to your younger self, right? So again, if you're an up and comer, you want to hear what these folks would have said to their younger selves. We've got our Breakfast of Champions coming back. I think the Expo Hall is going to be a ton of fun because it's going to be easy to walk around and actually get to have conversations. And certainly I'd be remiss if I didn't mention again, we've rented out the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, folks. Come on, you got to come and enjoy it. So I got a lot there, right? But to synthesize it for you, Drew, what I'm really most excited about is bringing this industry together and giving them, it's their event. This is the industry's event. They own it. It's not, my staff and I work on it, but every session we put together has come at the advice of contractors. Everything we've done, the contractors have asked for or said, yes, that's a good idea, or no, that's a bad idea. So this really is an event that's designed for this industry. And so for me, just to be able to walk out on that stage at a certain point and see the industry gathered together at their event is the thing I'm really most excited about. So I know it's kind of a long-winded answer, but that's really where I'm coming out. So
makes total sense. It does. It makes total sense. And I think that everybody listening and watching today, you can see the passion that you have for the industry, for what you're doing, the passion in your work, and it's going to come through at Elevate. I know it's going to be an awesome event. And I'd encourage everybody who's going to attend, and maybe this is your first NALP event that you're going to. I know Britt's going to be tied up. He's going to be doing a lot of different things, but if you can snag him in a hallway, if you can see him at a reception or something like that, take a minute to get to know him. This is the most approachable person at, the very high level for NALP, and I've always admired that about Britt, is his willingness to just put something to the side. Although he might have a big speech coming up or he has to address everybody in 5 minutes, he'll scoot over and give you some time to talk about the industry. You'll feel his passion right away, and I think you're going to know that the industry is in good hands with a leader like Britt. So I'd encourage everybody, if you get a second. I'm sorry, Britt, if I'm putting you on the spot. You're going to have all these different conversations, but super important to know the person behind behind all the initiatives that we've got going on. And I think, you represent the industry so well, and you are so open, and you do give everybody the time. So I think it's a key piece. And I want to thank you for putting together what sounds to be like an amazing event. We're excited to attend.
Well, Drew, first of all, you flattered me, and that's very nice of you to say. And yes, I do. It is a big thing for me that I want to get to know as many people as I possibly can in this industry, because it's part of the reason why I'm here, is because this is a great set of people, and you and your dad and your brother amongst them as well. And certainly I do. Drew's absolutely right. Please stop me in the hall, ask me a question, at least say hi. I'd love to meet you, and I certainly hope you'll have a fantastic time at Elevate. And we're very, very excited to get there and to get it going, and look forward to seeing many of you join us there.
Right on. Britt, we thank you for the time. Everybody, this is going to be September, Orlando. It's the 18th through the 21st. There's a ton of information on NALP's website. They have a whole webpage designed for Elevate. You can register there. You can look at the schedule, the events that they've got going on, who's speaking, any other contractor that might be attending that you could be interested in networking with. Lots going on there, but at the end of the day, I hope we can see a lot of you out there, and then we have a chance to to network and talk. And Britt, again, thank you so much for the time. Looking forward to seeing you in about a month.
Drew, thank you again. Really appreciate it. Look forward to seeing everybody in Orlando in September.